Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Okay, Thursday evening, you see the title. Terrence Howard issues a warning to internet trolls. Now, he said, guns, fisticuffs, whatever. He's talking crazy, huh? Salute to the homie M-Rec and Big Gene Deal. I got some video I'm going to play. I already checked in with M-Rec. He said I'm good to go. Salute to the Rec Mob. Oh, they broke it down as to why Terrence Howard may be, now on this type of time. Did he get exposed by Big Gene and possibly others about alleged bussy activity? Why now, as you guys say? Why now is he talking about, backdoor, ongoings with Diddy and others? Why have we not heard this before? Is he trying to protect himself or some type of cover-up because the feds ran down, okay? All right, also, guys, Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphin, involved in domestic incident. I'm an atheist, but let me say thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, Father, in the name of the blood. I just don't like that nigga. I just don't like that nigga. Maybe it has something to do with him being just an arrogant darky. I don't know, but I've got video footage. I've got a news report. He walked out onto the terrace, 35th floor, with the baby. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now, I don't know his full background. Florida Boy Jay may or may not tap in. The Most High, are you out there left-handed? Anybody? Troll Babies, good evening. He played with the Kansas City Chiefs, yes? How many rings does he have, Tyreek Hill? And then he wanted to get the bag. He went down to the Dolphins. The Dolphins are trash, and he starts talking crazy. Trade me, I'm out of here. Oh, and he was very nasty and just overly aggressive, contentious, if you will, towards the Miami police. You guys remember that? Remember that? Okay. Okay, they're saying he has one ring. Okay. Someone else says he has no rings. I thought he had a ring. Okay. Thank you, Deeds. Deeds says he has one ring. Okay, let me get things set up and situated. Phone lines are open now. Please watch the language for the first half an hour of the show. If we go off the rails, you got to give me some time. I do want to at least try to monetize this particular episode. So let's get right to Terrence Howard. Here's the video, and I'm going to borrow your video, All Urban Central. I'm going to borrow your video. I may edit this out after the show, or I did send an email to see if it was okay to use it. I don't know. I don't like to use people's content without their approval, Okay, let's get right down to business. This is Terrence Howard now talking greasy. Whew.
Listen, before y'all talk about me, y'all need to talk to me. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, and his chin high. Not hiding behind the keyboard or tucked behind editing clips of fair use disclaimers. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm others' reputation.
That I agree.
Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations. Because in the old world, men didn't hide behind anything when they spoke against someone. They had to speak.
Now he's talking that old nigga shit, back in the days. We ain't trying to hear that now. What's the term we used to say on the Star and Buckwild show going back to 2002? Keyboard killers and mousepad mobsters, right? And by the way, Terrence Howard, born in 1969. He's younger than me and talking that old shit.
Speak it with their whole being. And if you're going to speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face and say it like a man. If you're going to talk about the geometry,
hang on a second. Can you guys hear the audio? Troll babies unite. Can you hear the audio? And let me just ask you this, he wasn't talking this, gang shit when he was up on Joe Rogan talking about his his patents and all that shit, right? But now all of a sudden, now he's talking about pulling up on niggas. Damn.
Have other geometries to argue against it. If you're going to talk about the supersymmetry, speak of other supersymmetries that would work against it. If you're going to talk about the white papers, provide your own white paper as an argument to argue against the equations or the conclusions. But we're going to do this respectfully. Otherwise, we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person walks away. We can meet with guns, bottles, knives, or books and equations, but we're going to do this.
Did you hear what he just said? We can meet with guns, knives, books, or equations. Let's run that back.
We're going to do this respectfully. Otherwise, we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person walks away. We can meet with guns, bottles, knives, or books and equations, but we're going to do this like men. So, get ready. Get ready.
Okay. That's all I'm going to play for right now. Phone lines are open right now. He was sipping some type of cognac, Okay, I just played the video. I'm going to edit that out. What you guys think? Is he going to now circle back after he sobers up and says he was just acting for a role? He was rehearsing and he just turned the phone on. Did my nigga Benzino say that when he was, what did Benzino say? When he was on the ground, rolling around, crying, he had the knife to his neck. He said, no, I was acting for a role. He could have been. And let me just say this, Terrence Howard came on the Star and Buck Wild show. I've got a great interview with him, 2005. And he gave me a little struggle at first with regards to the airtight release form that everybody had to sign. My archive video collection is crazy. You'll see it in the docuseries. But anyway, he gave me a little tough time. And I said, well, listen, man, with all due respect, if you don't sign that, I can't interview you. He signed it. All right, as I said, Terrence Howard, a good guy, met him. We had a great conversation. That was around the time, I think, Hustle and Flow. Yes, this is very messy. I don't know if someone says pink cocaine involved. I'm not sure. I don't know if Terrence Howard has a history with the yayo. He's an old nigga like me, born in 69. And hey, Maurizio, I got your donation. Florida Boy J, are you calling in, sir? Or should I just get to the Tyreek Hill video next? Florida Boy J. Guys, I spoke to White Boy Rory earlier, and he's asking me to talk about something up in New York, some type of migrant and a corpse on the train. Anybody know what that's about, or do we not waste time with that? I want to stick to the topic here. But let me get to Tyreek Hill. Hold on a second so we can just lay all this out, Pause. That sounded crazy. Lay all this out. Let's get to the Tyreek Hill video. If you don't know who he is, this is a Miami Dolphins, should we say superstar, or is this nigga now washed? He took the bag to go to the Dolphins, and he's not doing the damn thing. I'll just say that to be fair. He's trying to get traded. Here we go.
Then announced to a one and only exclusive Dolphin star, Tyreek Hill, once again involved with police, this time after an argument with his mother-in-law. Local 10's Rush Lowe live now in Sunny Isles Beach with more on what we're learning today. Rush.
And this was a concerning call to Sunny Isles Beach police on Monday. Let me set this up, and this comes straight out of the police report. Tyreek Hill's mother-in-law was very concerned for her granddaughter. She told police that Tyreek was in an argument with her daughter, grabs the baby, and then starts walking towards the balcony.
Lord Jesus.
Battery to the daughter. The subject is the husband on scene.
The call goes out. Police race to the Porsche Design Building in Sunny Isles Beach on Monday.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
The mother-in-law of Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill calls the cops. The call goes out as an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
When police get there, they make contact with Hill, his wife Keita Hill, and their child.
I'm ready for it.
They also speak to Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro. Let's get right to the police report. Quote,
Please.
Vaccaro stated that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive, and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. And when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called the police.
Hey, she's good.
Get out!
Hill has made headlines for off-the-field incidents. Remember last September when he was pulled over by Miami-Dade officers outside Hard Rock Stadium on game day? Those traffic citations were eventually dropped. Straight out of the police report, Tyreek's wife tells cops that her arguments with Tyreek are becoming more frequent. When she told him he wasn't involved enough with the baby, she says he grabbed the baby, and she's now in the process of filing for divorce. No charges in this case. Both parties stated that the argument never became physical, even though officers observed a light redness mark, bruise on the mother's left upper chest, and questioned her about it. She replied that it probably had happened without malice when he grabbed the baby from her. Officers observed that the baby
Snatching
was in good
babies.
health and good physical condition. Okay, now this is very important. So the concern here initially, and right out of the police report, it's 35 stories up. And the mother-in-law, was very concerned about Tyreek Hill with this baby apparently walking towards the balcony, and that's why cops were called. But also out of the police report, it says that Keita, his wife, did not want to write a statement about the incident. And Tyreek left the residence in the presence of the police. Much more for you on this developing story tonight at 6 o'clock.
Okay, troll babies. Is this nigga on any type of narcotic? Is he on perks? I do not know. Salute to Kid, got your donation. Trey Songz is the true Diddy disciple. Okay. Let me bring in area code 272. I think I know who that is. Is that the homie Kuala tapping in on a Thursday night? 272.
Yeah, what's going on, Star? Yeah, it's more to that story. So
Let's go.
remember, so there's called a show called the Wags, where all you had all like pro athletes' wives on the show.
Okay.
And she was on it. She was on the show, right?
Oh, Tyreek Hill's wife.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, his wife was on the show. Tyreek Hill was on the show. Chad Ochocinco was on the show. His ex-fiance, she was his fiance at the time, but that's his ex-fiance now, was on the show. And then you had the guy that played, it was another guy that played for San Diego Chargers. He was on the show. So it was multiple people on the show.
Okay.
During that show, the mother of the female of Tyreek Hill, his wife at the time, she made a comment about Tyreek Hill because she never liked him. She said, how do you stand around and continue to let him have these babies? And she said, Mom, it was before our time. And then she said, Mom, remember we was on a breakup at the time and stuff like that.
Is she some type of Hispanic, his wife?
She's mixed. She's mixed with something. She's definitely mixed with something.
Okay.
And then it was the funny part about that star on that show was when she said, well, you better make sure you get what you need out of the situation because all those other baby mothers are going to come after him.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Right? So now, mind you, she knew ahead of time, Tyreek Hill had kids on. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. That's not my business. But you knew about this. This is a money grab. This was a money grab. The moms, and that's another thing about the situation with him, because she could have been left. He even said it. If you watch the show, he said it.
Well, hang on a second. I appreciate you, giving me in-depth details here. And by the way, they're calling you in the live chat, Kuala with the T. That's what they're saying. Okay, so he's already positioned her on reality TV, so he can't expect her to be something other than what he allows her to do via social media. Any past history of domestic violence with him and his wife?
Okay. There was a situation where there's another woman is suing him.
Okay.
There's a woman that was suing him.
Regular shit.
I forgot. Yeah, there was another woman that was suing him, and then he had this situation last season with the police before the game when they grabbed him up.
Right.
I don't listen. I think Tyreek Hill might have issues with as far as like anger problems and all that. Could be, this and that. He latched out that he wants to trade for Miami Dolphins and stuff like that. But in this situation, to me, it was more about, if you notice, they didn't complete and tell you the whole story. There was an argument because she wanted them to go to marriage counsel.
Okay. Now, hang on a second. Let me jump in, Kuala. Guys, I see you in the queue. Just sit tight. I want to get to the bottom, if we can, of this Tyreek Hill domestic incident report. Okay, so do you know how long he's been married to her, number one? And how long has he been in the NFL? Because, as you get older, an athlete, you might be dealing with, head injuries. There may be narcotics involved. How long he's been married to her and how long
I want to say
he's been in the NFL?
I want to say between them two probably been married. I want to say, if I'm wrong. I give it a year or two, no more than that.
Oh wow!
Because he just had the baby by her, so that baby is recent. They just had that baby. As far as the NFL, I want to say Tyreek Hill got at least 8 to 10 years in already.
Oh, okay.
And there's other things to start with where they go wrong at all these NFL players, NBA players. He's trying to get a new contract and stuff like this. When come out like this, it hurts your brand, it hurts your money. Because what happens is now you got these owners looking at you like, do I want to give him a contract?
Yeah.
Because remember, last year he recently came out after the season, told the Miami Dolphins he wanted a trade.
Right. Sit tight a second, Kuala. Florida boy Jay, if you can't call in, I need to know how many years Tyreek Hill has been in the NFL. If memory serves me correctly, he's very injury prone. So he may be on the decline, and maybe she's trying to, I don't know, help him get another career. Maybe he's just stuck in one place. Maurizio, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Wow, they're saying.
But you know what it is, sir? You know what it is, sir? Is the money.
10 years.
That's why I said it was about 10 years. Because I remember he had his first, I want to say his first 5 or 6 years he was with
the Chiefs.
He was his first with Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And he missed out on the Super Bowl when he bounced because he wanted more money.
Well, hang on. They're saying he got one ring. Are you sure, Kuala? I can't, just be.
He got one. He got one.
So he's got a ring. Okay. Hey, man, before you go, Terrence Howard now talking about shooting fade with niggas, guns and knives. Is he talking to Big Gene? Who is he talking to, Kuala? Because he wasn't talking. I wasn't talking this gangster shit when he was on Joe Rogan's show, sitting down with white folk, talking about string theories and other shit. What's with this nigga, man?
Yo, Terrence Howard was talking about Gene, but he's always been a weird character. He's always been a weird character. Listen, let me tell you something, Steve, real quick, Star. What I realized about a lot of black people, right? When it doesn't work for them, they run to the white side. But when it's working for them, they want to be pro-black. Yeah, but when it's not working for them, they run over to the white side. And that's how Terrence Howard's always been. listen, ever since the situation came out with him and his wife back in the days and stuff like that, he's never been the same. He blames everybody. Sometimes you got to take accountability for your own actions. And that's a lot of these actors, a lot of these sports people. They don't never take accountability for their own actions. They blame somebody else. Right. But then the minute when it becomes a black person, whether it's somebody like you in the media or whoever it is, the minute they say something about them or they're antagonizing them or they feel like they're going hard on them, they run to the white side.
All right, listen, Kuala, I want you to keep me up to speed on the bullshit. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I'm here for the nonsense. This nigga's now talking about guns and knives, quote unquote, going to the point where only one person survives. Keep me in the loop on the bullshit and get me any information that you can on Tyreek Hill. I appreciate your call, man.
All right, Warren.
Thank you. Okay. Kuala with the T. Who said that in the live chat? I like the way that sounds. Kuala with the T. Thank you, Deeds. She says Tyreek Hill drafted 2016 5th round, 165th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs. This nigga might be finished. Is he washed? I want to see him crash out. Number 9, are you calling in, sir? Number 9, Gene Richmond. Number 9 got it really turned up last night, yes? When he called in and spoke about Carmelo Anthony, not the NBA retired player. Little nigga down there in Texas who I would like to see out on bail. It should reduce his bail down to maybe, I don't know, $100,000. Let that young man speak and defend himself. Peace. The Most High is at you, sir, tapping in on a Thursday night. The Most High.
Star, what up?
Peace. Great to hear from you, man. 2 topics on the table. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, is he about done? He about washed right now. This is him. This is him doing a whole lot off the field, more and more than he's been doing on the field recently. Right. He made the wrong choice by going to the Miami Dolphins. He went to take that bag. He thought he was a marquee, borderline superstar, whatever the case is. And basically, what he looked like is that he was a very good piece in a elite offense and with the best team in the last 10 years or whatever. So he looked like he turned into a spoke on the wheel instead of a major player and a potential Hall of Famer. And it's kind of sad that he's going out the way of a lot of other diva or controversial wide receivers throughout NFL history.
He's very diva-ish, and that whole situation with the Miami police, he didn't want to roll the window down. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And they dragged his goofy ass out of the Ferrari, whatever that was. I mean, that was game day on the past NFL season. Yes? Game day, I think it was.
Opening day. So at home at that.
Okay. Do we know if his wife is Hispanic or is she just, a high yellow black woman?
So can I read you something from his personal life that'll okay, so boom. Please. Hill was previously engaged to Crystal Espinal, to whom he proposed in September 2018. The two have 3 children together. Okay. In November 2023, Hill married Keita Vaccaro, the sister of retired safety of the Kansas City Chiefs, his former teammate Kenny Vaccaro. In July 20
Hispanic.
In July 20
Hispanic.
Okay. In July 2024, Hill announced that he would have a baby girl with Vaccaro. I guess that's the baby he was trying to snatch from her or whatever. This would be the couple's first child together. Okay. On April 7, 2025, police showed up to Hill's home as a response to a domestic dispute call made by Vaccaro's mother, but no charges were filed. The next day, Vaccaro filed for divorce from Hill. Now, just to add more context to it, in March 2023, Hill's son with Camille Valmont was born. So basically, he's been messing with 3 different chicks within a span of 2 or 3 years. I'm not hating, but that's type messy.
Oh, I'm hating. Now, hang on a second. Hang on, because, again, he was very diva-ish, bitch-ified, if you will. I'm hating. So he's looking at a lot of child support. We now have a
Facts.
nigga, according to many people in the live chat, who's washed.
Definitely.
I'm hoping there's some type of narcotic involved, you know. But did you see the video with him walking towards the edge of the balcony with the baby? You saw that?
No. I'm not up to speed with the video, but I did hear the story. I heard, you know, I'm familiar with him wilding out or whatever the case. I just haven't seen the video.
Yeah. This could be another Antonio Brown. So, okay.
Worse than Antonio Brown, because once you start with the DV and once you start doing questionable things with your own children, with toddlers and newborns and stuff like that, they need to pack you up, champ. They need to pack son up for real.
Facts. I may want to play the Luka Doncic video of him after the Lakers played the Dallas Mavericks, unless you can give us insight. His return. What did they play in Texas or was that in LA?
In Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That was his first game back since being traded to the Lakers. They gave him a video tribute. He started getting misty-eyed and all that, and then he proceeded to flame the hell out of his former team by scoring 45 points.
Okay,
So
they beat the Mavericks, and Kyrie Irving is out for the season. I forget.
That's it. Out for the season.
Okay.
Out for the season. And Star, let me just say this without going too far.
Come on.
You know, sometimes I wear tinfoil fitted. I'm a conspiracy theorist, critical thinker at times. It's starting to feel to me like the NBA is trying to chef up another Celtics-Lakers chip or a Lakers-Cleveland Cavaliers chip, because it seems like every team other than OKC that has a chance to beat what the Lakers look like now is either going through some type of turmoil. They trade in players like the Mavericks, or they're doing what the Denver Nuggets just did, which is fire their general manager and their head coach a week before the playoffs. Who does that?
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Any thoughts with regards to Terrence Howard issuing warnings to what appears to be the black diaspora, talking about guns, knives? You know, what's with this nigga, man?
I'm gonna say the same thing, similar to what I'm not hating on Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying? He's intelligent. I can't lie. He seems to be truthful. That he's more truthful and maybe more down to earth and maybe even more intelligent than most celebrities or whatever the case. But my thing is, it's almost like the LeBron situation. You got mad smoke for Stephen A. Skip Bayless been on your neck for forever, but you ain't never get at him like you got at him.
Right.
So the same thing applies when it comes to certain, you know, media personalities, maybe making commentary about, you know, Terrence Howard or whatever the case. They don't usually come with the street talk and the threats and when I see you, I'm gonna see you type vibes or whatever.
Right.
So
Right.
it's kind of strange when that happens. So you would figure, you know, you in a position enough, you in a privileged position enough, you might even have enough power to take on maybe somebody who was trying to do a hack piece on you on TMZ or whatever the case is. And
can I ask you to hold on 1 second? The Most High. Hang on a second. Peace to the live chat. Is it more money? R.I.P. Wendy Williams. I have no information if Wendy Williams has passed away, but the trolls have to live tonight.
damn. No Jersey loyalty, Star?
What? Yeah, Wendy used to kick
No Jersey loyalty?
Wendy used to kick my back in the days. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, all right. So what else we got here? The Most High. Take your time. I'm in no rush.
No. I mean, in terms of sports or whatever, you know, NBA playoffs, play-in is getting ready to go down this weekend.
Right.
So, you know, the official playoffs start next week. But that's about it. Everything is, you know, in the days to come in terms of NBA, and looking forward to that. Baseball right now, slow cooking.
Well, hang, never mind baseball. Kevin Durant, is he gonna stay on the Suns or can he get out of there? That's all I want to know.
He need to hang it up too, man. He washed, man. He got his chips. He washed. He need to hang it up, man. He need to hang it up, no question. I feel bad for Devin Booker. Devin Booker on the Suns in his prime.
Okay.
They got Bradley Beal. He all broken down. KD. he don't act like he don't want to play no more. All he want to do is smoke weed and go back at the trolls on social media or whatever. But, you know, they talking about the Knicks trying to trade for him. The Knicks don't need no Kevin Durant. He needs to just go back home to DC, go to the Wizards, retire over there, and try to help that team. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be his local team or whatever. But him being a marquee player, a superstar, he is on the back end of his career, and it's time for him to, you know, get a Caesar and stop, you know, having his peasy head out on the court looking sleepy and tired and lazy and all that.
Hey, man, I appreciate
Back him up.
I appreciate your breakdown. Thank you for tapping in the Most High.
Peace, Lord.
Peace. Okay. White boy Rory, you and I spoke earlier. What's cracking, man?
Yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yo, nobody care about Javier.
Right.
Nobody care about Javier. He's going back to where he's from.
Yeah.
That's all that's happening. Let's not turn this into some Nazi conspiracy that they try to kill somebody or something like that.
Right.
Ain't nobody doing nothing. Like we ain't putting nobody in no ovens. We ain't making no tortillas out of them. Not just sending them back where they came from.
Facts.
That's it.
Now, hold on a second. You and I spoke earlier. I'm a half an hour into this show. I mean, try not to use too much profanity. Did you go to the liquor store? You said you wanted to go get some liquor and crash out. Something about a migrant or illegal performing fellatio on a corpse on the New York City train. The fuck was that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, I say, yes, I went to the liquor store. You know, they appreciate my business over there.
Right.
Actually, they're Americans, so that's the one I go to.
Okay.
But yeah, so if the thing with these goddamn third world scumbags couldn't get
well, hold on a second. Tell us about tell us about the migrant who's supposedly
alive.
Rory. Okay, guys, hold on a sec. He's hard of hearing. Tell us about the migrant who supposedly did something to a corpse. Did you send me a news story? You sent me.
Yeah, no, here we go again. So another migrant. So on the subway, an old man dies on the subway.
Okay.
He expires on the subway. A migrant goes over and starts performing fellatio on the old man while he's dead. And he knew he was dead. He started filling up his buns and all of that. The dude is dead. So this is type of stuff even for New York City, this is stuff that we have never seen before. We have never ever seen any type of crazy third world shit like this in our lives. You know, lighting women alive, setting them alive on fire on a train like this is some Muslim country. You know, and then on top of it, we got necrophilia going on the subway. And it's a man on man, hombre on hombre. You know, so there's a conspiracy star with the zestiness. It's the people of color are zesty.
Give him a second, folks. He's turned up on the yak. The
country, the people of color are zesty. No, for real. They wanted to be one. They wanted this black and brown coalition. And here we are. Okay. Zestiness. You know, Terrence Howard is a good example of that. A good example of that. This guy is running scared from all his zesty skeletons in the closet.
Okay.
Right? He's the only one that left the Diddy party early. Okay. Now all of a sudden everybody left the Diddy party early. Everybody that was in the pictures, in the videos, every single one of them are the one person that left the Diddy party early and everybody else stayed. Come on, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Howard got his buns blown out and blew out Justin Bieber's buns. I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, hold on a second. Now, he took a shot at Justin Bieber. Troll Babies, has Justin Bieber responded to Terrence Howard? And let me also ask the live chat, do I let Rory cook or do I take another call? We're going off the rails a little bit. Troll Babies, do I let Rory cook or bring another call?
Every single one of them is running scared. Ashton Kutcher leaving the country. Ellen DeGeneres leaving the country. Justin Bieber looked like he ready to
Rosie O'Donnell.
own grave and jump in it.
Rosie O'Donnell.
You know, and now we got zesty ass. This is a black zesty conspiracy. I told you a while ago, they're putting something in the weed to make black dudes zesty. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Why do you think weed is called like banana pudding and shit like that now? Why do you think? Why do you think it makes them do all zesty stuff? And if you look at it, when you see the barber shop, the black dudes the only ones that let men shave them. Nobody else does that. Nobody goes to a barber shop to get a haircut and then tell another man, you can go ahead and shave me.
Okay. All right. Sit tight. Hold on a second. Rory, hold on. Let me put you on hold for a second. Gene Richmond, how are you, sir? AKA number 9.
Well, good evening. It's good to be a part of. Always know that I'm a part of the cultural conversation on the Star Report.
Listen, you turned it up last night. The comments very strong with regards to the perspective that you gave, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I wanted to have a healthy, robust discussion. Any new developments coming out of Texas with regards to the tragic killing of Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony, who's still detained? Any updates?
Well, there's one update on the tragic killing of a 4.0 Christian student who was a good killer in his community, came from a quality family.
Yes, we know. You said
family.
that.
Yes, we know.
You said that yesterday. Any updates?
Yeah. I want to say it again to the people who didn't hear me clearly, but I'll tell you the update since we're talking about it. They shut the GoFundMe down for this criminal, this thug, which I don't think should have been in process anyway. But I guess GoFundMe has a policy where they do not allow funds to be raised and
legal
and criminal. In criminal cases like this, which is a good thing. We don't support thugs. And
let me jump in. I have to say, alleged criminal. He has not been convicted, and I do want to see him released on bond. You and I spoke earlier, and Rory, sit tight. Rory's in the queue, guys. You and I spoke earlier because someone left a comment in my in yesterday's show saying that Bernard Goetz shot innocent black men on the subway. Now, I said, whoa, Bernard Goetz did not shoot innocent black men. That's cap. One of those guys, if memory serves me correctly, had a screwdriver. I think his name was Troy, like myself. Do you remember this? You and I have spoken about Bernard Goetz years ago.
Well, yeah, I remember the Bernard Goetz case very fondly. It actually happened about 40 years ago in 1984.
Right.
For those who don't know, Bernie Goetz got on a train in Manhattan in 1984, and he was accosted by 4 blacks who were looking to rob someone.
They were thugs.
Which was in?
They were thugs.
Which was in the indictment. They were looking to rob someone, which they said. And Bernie Goetz, they approached Bernie Goetz, and believe asked him for $5 and were laughing. Yeah. And then all 4 of them approached him in an aggressive manner, and he pulled out his gun and he shot them. All 4 of them.
Not only did he shoot them, he said to one of them, "You don't look so tough. Here's another." Pow.
It's another. Exactly. No one died though.
Yeah.
There were no fatalities, unfortunately. But the thing is, he was the real Charles Bronson. He was the real Charles Bronson from Death Wish in the flesh.
Wait a minute. Sean Caesars in the live chat says no. He was fixing the seats with the screwdriver.
Right. Because blacks don't commit crimes in New York City.
Come on. Let's go.
Lowly blacks don't commit crimes in NYC. They're just good boys like Carmelo Anthony out of Texas. That ain't do nothing.
Well, hang on a second, because I do want to see, again, Carmelo Anthony, the young man who has been accused. I want to see him released on bond. What is the update? You said there's an update. I don't know if this, I've seen nothing yet.
Well, there is no real update. He's still in custody, and this case is ongoing. But again, I want to see justice served.
Right.
This thug killed a good quality young human being.
Right.
And there's a price. It's a right. It's a price that has to be paid for this. It's a price that has to be paid. People want to attack me for telling the truth, but these are the same things that the sentiments that I've expressed that Larry Elder has expressed, that Jason Whitlock has expressed, that Star Parker has expressed. Also, Jesse Lee Peterson has expressed. So this is not just me going off the rails because this is not what black people think. A lot of black people have expressed the same sentiment, and we should uphold that same criticism with them. Because I'm not the only one that feels. My commentary is I'm not the only one that feels that way, and that's all I'm saying. This is a wake-up call.
Hang on a second. Salute to Gangster of Love. He sent it a donation. He says, a 4.0 student who wasn't smart enough to keep his hands to himself. Bars.
Well, how do you know he didn't keep? How do you know he didn't keep his hands to himself? Black liar. How do you know he didn't keep?
Hang on. According to the police report. And you know what? I'm getting a little fed up with people saying, go read the police report, as if police don't lie on police reports, as if police haven't planted drugs and guns on people, as if police and sometimes, AKA race soldiers, do not create a narrative to suit the public's best interest. Would you care to speak to that?
Oh, woe is me. Let me get out the violins. Oh, the Gestapo, the SS, out to get the blacks again. Woe is me, the race soldiers. When is this going to stop? Why won't you see this for what this is?
Never.
There's a black criminality issue in America, and no one wants to talk about it. The reality is there's overcrowd being perpetrated. The real perpetrators are the young blacks in America, attacking white people, causing all sorts of calamity against white people. Point with this case and many other cases that you don't even hear about. There's a problem here, and we need to address it. And it needs.
They lost the morality. Number 9, they lost the morality. They've lost their morality. They have lost their morality. They are in a fallen state.
One at a time,
They
guys.
are definitely in a fallen state.
One at a time.
You know, this little black coward didn't want to get his ass beat up by a white boy. So he got a lucky stab, and then he ran like a goddamn rabbit through the hills. You know, no. He's gonna sit down for 25 or 30, 45 years and sweat his ass out in a human Texas prison. You know, and hopefully the area brotherhood don't get to tearing him by his dreads and blowing out his honey bun. Because that was a punk move what he did. Didn't call for that. You know, it didn't call for that.
It was completely uncalled.
It's a racist thing, you know.
Well, black people are always gonna make it. Black people are always gonna make it.
Rory,
racist.
can I ask you to hold on a second? Rory, can I ask you to hold on 1 second? Okay, we're gonna have a healthy discussion. No yelling on top of each other. Salute to Gangsta of Love. I see you, sir. Thank you for your support. Are you there? Gangsta of Love.
What's up, big homie? How you doing?
Good to hear from you, man. Number 9's on the line. Gangsta of Love. You wanted to address him?
Yeah, I wanted to address him. So basically what I want to say is kind of what you reiterated the other day when you were speaking about it, Star. It's real funny how America will sit up here and try to justify when white people kill black people, when a black man is sitting there minding his own business, and you got this kid 225 pounds. If you go back and listen to his brother clearly stated that his brother went down there and grabbed his bag, which is strong arm robbery. If you know your laws in Texas, that's strong arm robbery. Let me ask you something. If you was with your mother at a park and I went over there and took her bag, would you consider that strong arm robbery or just robbery, period?
Number 9, can you respond to Gangsta Love? Because I don't know what he's talking about, and I'm texting left-handed just to make sure, that there's no issue here. I don't want people just coming on the line taking shots if no one's on the line. Number 9, can you respond?
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't no shot at left-handed. He knows what I'm talking about though.
Well,
definitely no shot
hang on,
at
Gangster
left-handed.
of Love. He's not on the line, and I would appreciate if you wouldn't do that. I mean, come on, you know the rules, man. If someone's on the line,
okay,
you can do that. Number 9, there's Gangster of Love.
Well, I can't speak on hypotheticals, but what I can speak on is the actual crime at hand. And what I am trying to speak on is the dilemma that America has, and America will not talk about this, and that's black criminality, i.e. violent crimes, i.e. crimes against white people, i.e. crimes on a rapid high rate, and that no one wants to talk about. This young kid carried a knife to an event which was unnecessary, and he stabbed another young man, and now he's dead. That's what's going on. He's a killer. He's in jail right where he needs to be, and they need to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law and make an example out of him because, again, white people are fed up in America about this out-of-control crime. You can find videos all over the internet of blacks losing their mind in every major city, every major place in the United States.
If I can jump in for a second. Okay, so now, guys, I do not, and I cannot do this whole shouting on top of each other tonight. Number 9, do you want to hang on? Because Rory wants to address Gangs of Love, but if we do that, you guys have to listen. All right?
Sure. Just make sure he don't overtalk me, Star. Don't let him overtalk me. When he starts talking, you tell him to be quiet. Make sure you mute him.
I can't control grown men. All I can do is just push the mute button, but I can't let my show suffer. Hold on a second. Number 9, okay? And all right, Rory, there's Gangs of Love. What we're not going to do is shout on top of each other. We're not. Where we going, man? Come on, Rory.
This nigga pussy.
Come on.
Yeah, this nigga pussy, man. Don't hold back on this guy. You're talking to a certified bitch ass nigga. Gangster, Terrell Honeybuns. We never call him because he's not gangster. Ain't nothing gangster about him. Terrell Honeybuns. Sorry, you couldn't even get your point across. You tried to make a joke about something that nobody could even understand. So that's how stupid. You're just a country nigga from Nebraska. You grew up pushing, collecting cows, milking cows and stuff, and you come up on here pretending to be like you from Compton or something, dude. You are Terrell Honeybun country bumpkin. There's nothing gangster about you.
Okay.
You probably shucked corn. You probably come from a long line of goddamn slaves that worked in Nebraska shucking corn, and you probably still live in the same house as your masters. They just passed it down because it's all broken down now in the middle of Nebraska. Don't play with me, you bitch ass nigga.
Okay. Hold on, Rory. Hold on.
I really want to see him in real life.
Okay, all right. He's on mute. Gangs of Love. What's going on?
So he caught what I was saying, and you say I'm a fake gangster. Man, look, I left Compton at 13. I was told I had to leave because I was putting in work. A lot of stuff I don't speak on here, but like I say, any day of the week you want to meet me, bro, just let me know. But like I say, I'm finna go down here and see my little Italian chick in Florida and get.
Well, hang on a second, Gangs of Love. I'm gonna say this to you again. I don't appreciate you calling someone's name who's on the line. Now you do support the machine, man, but the joke didn't hit for my audience. Leave it alone. You want to address Rory? He wanted to talk to you. Let's not turn this into some comedy. Okay, well, talk to Rory. Don't call left-handed's name. I don't appreciate that.
I didn't say left-handed's name again.
You did, but you said it the first time. Come on, there are rules here, man. Go and finish up with Roy. Finish up with Roy, please.
I left Compton at 13 years old. This cat talking about I was born in Kentucky, I lived in Texas, and now I'm in Nebraska. But somehow I left Compton. You watch too many Boys in the Hood movies. You want to be a part of that shit, man. Why don't you just buy a LA Dodger hat and get some Jerry curls, man. And cosplay. And cosplay in front of the mirror in your closet. Yeah, that's the best you ever gonna do, man. Maybe take some acting lessons or something like that. I don't know what to tell. I never met a cornier black guy in my whole life. If this was a Webster dictionary, you would be a bitch ass nigga. It'd be a picture of you. It'd be a picture of you. It wouldn't even be no definition or explanation. It would just look up bitch ass nigga in the dictionary and be a picture of you. Maybe a picture.
Okay, now he's on mute because we're not going to do yelling on top of each other. You wanted to address the show topic, Gangs of Love, or no? Because I got to stay on topic. What do
I do. And then I just want to say this last thing to word. Hey, tell your pops I'm going to call him in a hot minute. And then let me address.
Can you get to the topic, please? Get to the topic.
I'm getting to it right now. So back to what number 9 was saying. He was saying that this black guy needs to be persecuted and this, that, and the third. Let me ask number 9 something. When white people is walking around here carrying guns and something pop off, well, how come you don't want to charge them with premeditated murder? But so white people can walk around here and carry guns and something happened, but hey, they're good. They're protecting themselves. But if a black man sits down and carries a knife off premises of the school, it wasn't at school. Man, you're not even doing your research. You're just sitting here speaking. And then you want to talk about black people. When is the last time you've been down to that third world country you come from, which is Haiti? You can't even go down to Haiti and not worry about getting robbed. That's what you come from. So stop talking all this stuff about FBA. You black. You ain't got your nigga wake up call yet, but it's coming, bro. So that's all I'm going to tell you. And he's going to only do manslaughter. He not going to do no 20 years. That's what y'all want. He going to do 5 to 7, and he going to be good when he go to prison. I promise you.
Okay, stay there. Stay there. You see, when you address that topic, man, you cook, and I appreciate that. Let's stay on topic. Number 9, Gangs of Love has addressed you, sir. Are you responding?
Well, Gangsta Love said nothing of real any consequence. You spoke how you should have spoke, like unintelligible, low IQ blacks. This is how you're looked at, and that's fine. What she said was garbage. The reality is there's a problem in America with black crime. And you won't address it. You want to talk about whites carrying guns. That's not what's happening here. Because if you look at the FBI crime statistics between interracial crimes, blacks are 5 times more perpetrators against whites than the other way around. This is FBI statistics. Okay, you don't have to believe it because you won't believe it because you don't understand what they call intellectual discourse. You just want to make it a race thing and you want to take shots at people. Your commentary has no substance, but mine does because Jason Whitlock, where were you when Jason Whitlock gave this commentary yesterday? Where were you when Larry Elder gave this commentary yesterday? Where were you when people like Horace Cooper gave this commentary? People like Jesse Lee Peterson gave this commentary. So again, we must be black people who are confused and making this up. You need to do the work. You don't do the work. You're racially motivated and you're biased. This is not a conversation that me and you can have because I'm speaking on the tone of what's happening in America and you're speaking on some kind of racial madness. We're not in the same league.
You have the floor.
Okay, can I respond to that?
You have the floor. Yes, sir. You have the floor.
So first off,
this call is no longer being recorded.
Statistics you can manipulate. Statistics lie. So you can sit up here and you can.
Can I ask why you're recording the call, Gangs of Love? Can I ask why you're recording?
No, my face hit the button. I'm not trying to. I'm not recording the call. My face hit the button.
Okay, because I do give out copyright strikes. Just because you're calling doesn't mean you can use my audio. To be clear.
You trust me, I ain't going to use it. I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
I hit the record button on accident.
Go ahead.
But anyways, look, you can manipulate statistics. Everybody who's an FBA knows that America does not like the black man. So, of course, they're going to find people like you, Jason Whitlock, and these other coons to sit up here and push their narrative. Because when they have people that talk like you and Jesse Lee Peterson and all these other black guys, well, then that validates what they're saying. But it sounds better if you guys do it, because if they do it, then they're deemed racist. And then you want to talk about, I can't talk about intellectual. Man, listen, I won't even take it there financially. Me and you ain't in the same league. You know what I'm saying? I can go anywhere. I can survive in the ghetto and I can survive in the suburbs. I can survive on both sides of the track and prosper in both. So don't tell me what I can and can't do, because obviously you don't know me based on a conversation. And I want to take a personal shot at you, but I won't even take it there, bro.
I think you're doing. I think you're doing good. You're doing good, unless you guys want to go next level.
Take the personal shot because that's what you're expected to do because you don't have the intellectual savvy to have a conversation and not take shots at someone. Take it because that's what you are. Take it.
Listen.
Take the shot.
Listen. Any man who says that a mouth is just a mouth and you put your mouth on another man's penis, bro, you have no credibility, my guy.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Typical black.
So let's stick to
typical
the
black. Typical black.
Typical black
commentary.
FBA and proud of
typical
it.
Black.
And proud of it.
Yeah. Where were you when Jason? Hold on, low life. Where were you when Jason Whitlock said the same commentary? That's FBA.
Dude, I don't listen to Jason Whitlock.
So you're contradicting yourself.
For what?
You're contradicting yourself. You're talking about this FBA code. Well, I can give you 100 FBA people that said the same thing I did. So where's that FBA code on there? You're contradicting yourself. What is this code? This FBA code. Where is this FBA code that you talk about? I can give you 100 people who are FBA just like you that said the exact same thing that I said. So where's the code? Where is this code that you're talking about?
So all FBAs on a monolith. We're not all the same. We don't all think the same.
You just said there's some kind of FBA alliance and some code. So where is this code that you're talking about?
So FBA is a lineage. Just because we look alike don't mean we think alike. What are you talking about?
Okay.
So ADOS is a lineage? Is ADOS a lineage?
It is. It's a lineage. Okay, it's a bloodline.
So then you guys are all aligned.
All right, guys, I think we're done here. We're good. Hold on a second, Gene Richmond. Gangs of Love, I got to take other calls, man. Thank you for your support. Have a great evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay, all right. Gangs of Love tapping in. Yeah, folks, in case you're new to the show, I don't like people calling in, taking shots at other people, just using their names, because then it causes, issues after the show the next day. I mean, as long as you have a decent back and forth, it's cool with me. James, I got your donation. Thank you so much. The credit dude, I got you. Hold on. The credit dude, I got your donation. Thank you so much. And let's go to, is it Marcus? I got your donation as well. All right. Rory, back.
Yo, here, whole snitch. You heard that? I heard that on the phone when I was on hold. It said.
I'm not worried about that. Let's stay on topic. Rory, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. I want to stay on topic. Please finish up. Or number 9, do you want to finish up? Stay on topic.
Well, again.
Yeah, well, that was an atypical black who called in, and he's trying to defend his position with nothing but fake street justice. He got nothing in his mind. I hope he does call my dad, and I hope he does call my father. When he calls him, he should call him daddy, because my dad's white, and he's a dumb black guy from the goddamn country bumpkin. So I hope he does. I hope he calls him daddy. This guy's a whole snitch. I can't believe what I just heard. But dude up on here recording phone calls and what we saying and whatnot. Man, don't ever put me on the line with this snitch again, man. I can't believe these dusty ass black dudes on this show. They get cornier and cornier. I really can't. They all come up on here talking all this gangster stuff.
All right, we're gonna put him on hold. Number 9, I don't want to hold you, sir, but I appreciate you chiming in. Can I ask you to finish up on Terrence Howard? Do you have any thoughts? Did you see the video of him talking about he wants to, guns, knives with people who, use his name in a reckless manner?
He's probably a corny black dude, too, just talking shit like the rest.
He's on mute. Number 9, you have the floor, sir, to finish up.
Well, I think Terrence Howard is a low-life piece of garbage.
Oh, wow.
His career has flatlined over the last couple of years. He's still butthurt over losing the role in the MCU, and he hasn't been the same since. He goes on a podcast and talks about Diddy made a sexual advance at him. Well, if that's the case, well, why don't you give the complete story? Why don't you give all the names in Hollywood that wanted to do you, quote unquote, do you, and the so-called homosexual experiences that in the hidden depths of Hollywood. This guy's a weirdo whose career has flatlined.
Okay.
And he's always been, in my opinion, been a talentless hack. I mean, you can't take this guy.
Hey, hold on a second. Number 9, stay right there. Stay right there. And Rory, listen, I want to keep you on the line if you can just bring it down a notch or two. Can you stay there, Rory?
I'm here.
All right, stay there. You see, when Rory's not screaming and drinking, he can give some great commentary. But Evelyn, thank you for your support. Evelyn, you called in last night and you took issue with number 9, Gene Richmond. Yes, Evelyn?
Yes, are you doing so well?
Yes.
I had to call back again tonight because I see you guys are back on this young man.
Can I ask you to make the adjustments on your phone? It sounds very muffled. Evelyn, we want to hear you. Please make the adjustment.
Okay, hold on.
Are you ready? Give her a second. That's Evelyn from Long Beach. Give her a second.
Wait a minute.
All right. Are you ready, Sugar? Where's number 9? Are you there, sir?
I'm here.
Okay, I think Evelyn's phone dropped out. Evelyn had issue with you. But her...
Well, Evelyn has an Obama phone, which is typical. So I get it.
Okay. Evelyn, I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you to call back, Evelyn. Something happened. Stay there. Stay there, number 9. Stay there. Area code 919. Good evening. You're on the line. Gene Richmond, I'm gonna put you on hold until Evelyn calls back. Area code 919. Are you there? Thursday night. Yes, no, maybe. Please.
Yeah. Peace, Star.
Peace, sir. How are you? How are you?
All right.
Can you get right to it, sir? I'm backed up on calls. Please get right to it.
I just look at this thing that happened in Texas, and I think to myself, what if Emmett Till had a pocket knife?
Yeah. Well, sir, I appreciate you calling in, but that's not our main focus tonight. We're talking about Terrence Howard threatening to shoot the fade with random niggas. You want to address that or Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, Terrence Howard, man. You know, I like to look at my old videos, and you know what? I looked at the Mobb Deep video that I look at all the time, the Sun Park video, and guess who I see?
Who's that?
Terrence Howard.
He's
in the Sun Park video of Mobb Deep. I said, that's ironic.
Oh, listen, sir, I fuck with you heavy, but listen, I got to get back to what I'm yes, sir, peace. I appreciate it. That's a man who wanted to just call in and talk, and I so appreciate that. Evelyn, are you back? Evelyn, your phone dropped out. Yes? No?
Yes, it did. Star, I'm sorry. I had to call you back.
That's quite all right.
I don't know what happened.
Evelyn, you spend Skrilla. That's quite all right. So number 9 is on the line with you right now. You had a big issue with him talking the way he was talking yesterday. He's right there.
Yes. I would like to know, how does he know that this young man is a thug? Does the young man have a record that he knows of?
Gene Richmond, are you there?
I'm here. Well, I can tell you how I know. Well, let's look at the case that we're looking at now. How do you bring a knife to an event where there are people there are children there are families there? How do you then stab someone to the point where you take a life at an event just for some kind of mere confrontation? How do you do that? How do you do that How do you do that to someone that had a clean record, was a good student, came from a good family, and you're a so-called good kid from a good family? Who's from the better family with ethics, with morals and values? What do you call that? Do you call that a pillar of the community? You call that ethical? You call that a good kid? You tell me.
You can be from one of the best families.
Let her respond, number 9. Let her respond. Let Evelyn respond.
You can be from one of the best families in the world, and you can have all the money that there is. They are still killers. We had the Menendez brothers right out here that killed their parents. They had the best of everything and had plenty of money. So, and as far as I know, they had very good grades in school. So none of that makes any sense. Anybody can kill anyone at any time. And I'm asking you keep big upping the 2 white boys I want to know, how do you know, do you have any reference to the black young man being a thug? That's my question to you. Does he have any priors that you know of? Has he done any stabbings, any killings, rape? Have he robbed? What has he done?
Let him answer the question, Evelyn. Let him answer the question, Gene Richmond.
Okay.
Evelyn.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it a little bit slower for you, because you just went on your Hattie McDaniel Aunt Jemima diatribe. I'll say it again.
I'll be all of that, because
let him respond, please, Evelyn. Let him respond, Evelyn. Let him respond.
I am.
Evelyn,
They internationally.
Let him respond, please. I don't want to keep putting people on mute. Number 9, you have the floor. Come on,
Evelyn. I'm going to say it again. Character is the definition of what makes an individual. I suggest you read a book called Race to Responsibility by Thomas Sowell, who's a black man, great American. I'll say it again. What makes a young man bring a knife to an event with other children, families, and people in a community and stab someone, which causes death, and then now he's behind bars? You tell me that we talk about elements.
Can I jump in and respond on behalf of Evelyn? Evelyn, you're back in line. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Hang on a second. I just want to add my little 2 cents, because number 9 and I are friends, but he's responding the way he's responding because, number 1, he's on the coon train. Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Okay? That's number 1. Hang on, sir. I'm speaking. I let you speak. Now I'm speaking. Okay? He's on the coon train, and you asked a great question. How does he know that the young man, Carmelo Anthony, is a thug? Based upon my research, I could find that he had nothing, no priors. Now, with regards to number 9 and so many other people talking about why did he bring a knife to the track meet? Well, you know, Caucasians used to bring guns to church and all sorts of things back in the days. Supermarkets, all sorts of outings, and then when they would get drunk and shoot and kill each other, finally, across the nation, they started to change the laws and say, you know, it's not a good idea to bring guns to all these public restaurants and all these other things. They changed the laws because Caucasians were shooting not only each other, but women and children, just random shootings. You do know that, number 9, yes?
Okay, yeah, we understand that. That's to be understood. Yeah. And does that make them better people? Does that make them better people? You know what I'll do?
No, that makes them more vicious. So the argument that the argument with regards to why did Tyreek Hill bring a knife to a goddamn track meet? Well, he had the right to, number 1. The knife, to my knowledge, was not illegal. You know, it was, I don't know how long it was, but it was not a one of those 007 switchblades. Little goddamn, a fishing knife, a pocket knife, whatever. It's Texas. Evelyn, you have the floor.
Right now, I could go down to the beach in Long Beach, right on Ocean, as long as you don't have a knife that's over 2 inches long. You can have it on your person right now. You can have it attached to your belt. You can have it showing and walking around with it. Now, if you happen to get into a fight, somebody's trying to jump on you, maybe even 2 people jump on you. Like I said last night, I'm quite sure the boy didn't mean to kill the boy. He meant to get him off of him. Yeah. He just happened to stab him the wrong way. And you want somebody to go to jail for 20 years or either life behind that? I don't think that's fair whatsoever. Not at all. And as being a black man, why would you say that? You talking about I'm a mammy and I'm Aunt Jemima, but I could be all that because guess what? They internationally known, baby. That's fine and that's okay. But I want to know, why do you want this young man to be hurt in prison? Because he is going to get hurt some type of way if he be in prison for that many years. Why do you want that for him? Okay, you being a black man yourself.
Let him respond. Let him respond. We're doing good.
Okay, Rosa Parks. Okay, Rosa Parks. You tell me, since it's so-called civility that you talking about, I'm gonna go run around with a knife and stab somebody and get drunk and go crazy and say, "Oh, I didn't mean to kill him and kill someone." And you tell me
No,
what
he
they say
wasn't
about
drunk.
what my intention was. No,
He wasn't drunk. He was just trying to be.
Let him respond, please, without talking on top of each other. Let him respond. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to make a point here. You just said yourself he wasn't trying to kill him. Well, how do you know that? If I don't know he was a thug, how do you know he wasn't trying to kill him? How do you know he didn't have that black rage in his heart when he saw this white boy, quote unquote, accost him and approach him in an aggressive manner? How do you know he didn't want to take his head off?
Because he asked the officer, was Austin okay after the incident happened?
This is different. What's the difference? Rage is rage. What are you saying?
Well, what I'm saying is, again, I'm going back to character. Somebody killed someone else in a very violent act. And from what I read, because I wasn't there, from what I read, this was over a verbal altercation. If you don't take it up with me, take it up with the news outlet. This is what I read. So you tell me, let's define an individual's character that plunges a knife in somebody's chest and they die. And then you say, well, he didn't mean to kill him. Well, how do you know?
Most arguments start over and fights start over talking. That's how they start. And then why would he put his hands on him to try to calm him or try to push him out of the tent or whatever he was trying to do, trying to let him know, which white people have a tendency to do, not just this event, just in any event. If you are even in Walmart and an argument gets started, white people try to tend to, oh, that's okay, and they're putting their hands up in your face and trying to push you away or trying to calm you down or whatever. You don't need to touch me to calm me down. You don't need to do any of that. And why would he not want him to be under a tent? Was it his tent?
Okay. All right, guys, I have to take other calls. Evelyn, I appreciate you. You did address number 9. Yes? You got it all out?
No, but it's okay. Number 9 is going to be who he is. He's got over here to the United States and got whitewashed by these crackers. But like Gangsta Love said, he going to get his nigga wake-up call. Trust me, he is. And he probably done had quite a few of them.
And you could go back.
All right, number 9, sit tight. Evelyn, thank you so much. I have to take other calls. Thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. That's Evelyn from Long Beach, California. Former military. She's retired. Let me bring in area code 210. Good evening. Are you there? We're having a discussion about a few topics. 210. Yes, no, maybe?
Salute.
Yes, sir.
Star Report. Salute.
Hey.
This Chemo Savage. Salute.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you, sir? What do you want to start?
Yeah, the streets ain't got no love. Austin is just typical white boy, in Texas. And you can carry a knife, you can carry a machete, you can carry a pickaxe, pretty much down there anywhere in Texas. They don't give a
Sir, listen, I live in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. I ride around with the AR-15 in the back seat.
That's
open display.
That's Karuchi.
Yeah, open display.
That's Karuchi.
Well, don't worry about that.
That's right.
Open display. Now,
Yeah.
if I have it covered, that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
I used to ride around
Right.
in Georgia when I lived down there a couple of years ago with the AR-15.
Yeah.
Open display.
I remember that.
If you have it covered, that's a problem. You can walk around
Yes, sir.
in Georgia now with your firearm, open carry. But if it's concealed, that's an issue. So let's get off this goddamn little trip about why he have a knife. It's Texas. You can carry a knife.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, don't mess with Texas. And if you've been around Texas, you can see the prejudice, you can see the racism. They'll look at you funny if they know they're in groups, and if you can see the video. I don't know if it was that same day, but you can see the video where the people are telling him, "Hey, move around, buddy. Like, get out of here." And then he's,
well, sir, can you send me the link to the video? I'm still waiting. Can you send me a link right now? Let me put my email address on the screen. Hold on. You have video of the stabbing? What are you saying?
Not video of the stabbing of when he went before that, when he's at the tent and if I'm not mistaken, that's him or it's another individual. But there was
I've never seen that, sir. Are you capping? Hold on a second, because this is
no cap.
Hang on, this is the objective perspective. I mean,
of course, I respect
Austin Metcalf losing his life was a tragedy. I'm not saying good for him. No, I'm not saying that. But
no, it was a tragedy, of course. It was a tragedy, of course. But
Gene Richmond, is there any video footage? I have not seen any. Number 9, video footage. Yes, no, maybe.
I have not seen any as well.
Sir, you're capping. What's going on? You said you can see the video.
No. The video is out. I want to say one was on TikTok and one was on Instagram. But if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, it was him or another.
Sir, my email address is on the screen. Can you send it right now? In the live chat, they're saying you're a liar. They're saying you're a liar, sir. Can you stop giggling, please? Please stop giggling. I don't know you. I'm not your friend, sir. Can you send us the video right now? Yeah, I'll put you on hold. Hang on a second. Maybe it's me. I can't stand grown men calling me giggling as if we're some type of fucking friends. Is that who I think it is? Area code 206.
Hey, Star. Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, Sunday. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for all of your help, guys. Okay. Sunday helps me with research when she has time behind the scenes. I don't want to assume anything, but you want me to let you speak to number 9 or put him on hold so you can address the topics? Where do you want to go, Sunday?
I'm not assuming that there's a conversation to be had with number 9.
Well, you guys go back and forth.
Arguing?
Well, no. You guys send super chats at each other.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't like him. Okay. So that's the only reason.
Come on.
I'm going to say in regards to this topic, I agree with number 9 and I agree with Rory. I don't have to like them to agree with them.
Okay.
So I think number 9 is absolutely spot on with this. Okay. And it's so sad to see how FBA is justifying it. That's what I think. Yeah, because I'm half FBA. I'm not like from a different country. I was born in Baltimore. Okay. So anyway, I just say that because I just think that there's an over justification for violence against whites as some sort of retribution, but you can't do that through a child. You know, you can't ever get retribution for the past, and it's not appropriate to rally him because of what's happened in the past. You know, it's just horrible because, like, if you're a parent and your child doesn't come back home, that's a feeling nobody should have to experience. And there's, like, honestly, I'm speaking from the heart. I think the kid who did the killing, allegedly, I feel like he is a coward. I think he's a coward because he should have just took the ass whooping. If they were going to beat the fuck out of him, get your ass whooped. But killing somebody is a cowardly thing to do. That's what I really think. Yeah. Unless they, took the life of someone you loved and whatever, there's a justification that's different. But just killing someone,
Can I jump in right there? Can I jump in right there? You said unless they take the life of someone you love.
Yeah, like let's say.
Hang on, I got it, and I appreciate you taking your time to lay this all out. Do you think that? Well, first of all, let me say I'm not trying to justify the killing of Austin Metcalf. This is the objective perspective. You know that. Do you think that Tyreek, not Tyreek, Carmelo Anthony and others are concerned about their lives being taken? Because, history has shown us through hundreds of years that a black life has no value in comparison to a white life. So I might as well protect myself. Do you think that has any plausible, theory with regards to why the young man even carried a knife in the first place?
No. Okay. No, I don't think it does. I don't think he was in fear of anything.
Okay.
No, I think if you're a really tough guy, you're going to get your ass whooped. But a coward is going to kill someone. Bringing a gun to a fist fight is a cowardly thing to do. you're so afraid of being hit that you have to completely eliminate your opponent, that's cowardly.
Okay.
It's cowardly. Like it says, like somebody says, I'm going to beat you up, and then you decide to bomb their house. Come on, that's a cop out. I think if you really look closely at his picture, his mugshot, he's a little bit devoid of emotion. I don't know when that photo was taken, but he looks like a psychopath. And I really don't think that he has remorse or compassion for a child's life being lost from a mistake. Let's say, you know, the white kids would have beat his ass, put him in the hospital. They would have been arrested, right? And then they would have learned their lesson that way. But to say your mother's never going to see you again, that is a cowardly, demonic thing to do.
Stay there, Sunday. Stay there. I so appreciate you, Sunday. Hold on a second. Area code 210. Did you send me the video, sir? You said there's video footage. I put you on hold. Did you send the video, sir?
Yes, sir.
Did you send the video, sir? I put you on hold.
Yeah. I'm still trying to locate it, but
sir, with all due respect, you're a liar and a nigger. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Sunday. Stay there. Gene Richmond. Sunday is concurring with you on most of your points. Would you care to chime in?
Well, you know, I just want to say I think the sky is falling and we just entered the twilight zone. And me and Sunday can stand in solidarity tonight. I never thought I'd say this, but I mean, this is the truth. He's speaking the truth. That this woman understands that we have a problem here, a societal issue, and she's not afraid to speak about it. The last woman, just, you know, again, it's all about race. Let's pull the race card out of it and just look at it as this cultural, societal issue that we have. There's something that people are not talking about here. We know that it's an issue. I mean, you talked about, you know, the lack of value for Black lives, but Carmela Anthony is 100 times more likely to be killed by someone that looks.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Than someone that looked like Austin Metcalf. That's just a statistical fact. So it's just we have to face the reality of what's going on here with Black criminality and this overt level of violence. It's just overt with young men in particular.
Okay, Sunday.
It's not a race thing.
And hold on, somebody's on hold. I don't want to assume anything. Area code 615. Can you hold? 615.
Sure.
Okay, stay there. Okay. All right. Now, Sunday, I forget. Are you a woman of faith? Are you a believer? What is your religious, position, if any?
Maybe. I'm like agnostic, I would say.
Okay.
So there's a God, but I don't have a religion.
Okay. And Gene Richmond, you are a quote unquote Christian, yes?
I am. I'm more on the esoteric Gnostic level, but yes, I have an affinity for Orthodox.
You haven't fully embraced Jesus as your Lord and Savior. You haven't fully embraced.
Well, Jesus is not a Lord and Savior. If you look at
I'm an atheist, sir, but I'm an atheist, but I'm just saying that's what most of the Christian dogma relates to. Well,
yeah, that's Paul's interpretation, but that's not what the Christ.
Apostle Paul. Okay, but now but hold on. Let me ask you and Sunday, if we can go a little deeper. Pause. Do you think that white people got it coming to them? Because clearly in the good book, which, a lot of you folks subscribe to, it speaks about sins of the father visit upon the son. So it doesn't matter if a Caucasian today had nothing to do with lynching, raping, killing, murdering, using black babies allegedly for alligator food. It doesn't matter. Sins of the father visit upon the son. Sunday, can I ask you to address that first, or is that complete horseshit? Sunday.
Yeah. Like my position is this: the minority of any group could never teach the majority a lesson.
Okay.
They have to come to an understanding on their own. That's what I think.
Okay.
Like, if you're an adult, you're not going to let a child teach you anything. You're in charge, right? And so the minority is kind of positioned in that way where they're to follow suit or get lost. And so when I say follow suit, I don't mean just like blindly. Like, I'm not trying to insult number 9, but sometimes I think his comments towards like white people are a little bit blanketed and generalized, and they don't deserve that much credit. But I do.
Well, here's what I respect about number 9. He admits to being on the coon train. Choo choo.
Okay.
So
that's understandable.
He stands on that. He stands on that. But you guys are in solidarity, so let's not, now.
No. I'm just, what I'm saying, I'm not trying to go at him. What I'm saying is, pertaining to like the reference that you just made, I really don't think that Black people should ever ignore the fact that their perception of us is how they change their mind. It's not going to be done through force.
Okay.
And so there is he had it coming. There's no retribution. And this,
they, not he, but not, again, I'm not in any way, shape, or form condoning nor justifying the killing of that young man. But number 9, what say you, sir? Do sins of the father visit upon the son, according to the good book?
Well, that goes directly back to the Gospels, especially Matthew and Luke, and the sins of the fathers will be felt upon the sons up to 10 generations. That being said, those sins will come full circle, but the reality is what happens in the interim. The interim now is the tide is changing, and we need to understand that there needs to be a new order of things. And I think Black folks need to try to make whites comfortable when they're around. Just be a little more comfortable, just be a little bit more docile, so white people can feel comfortable and don't have to go through this. Choo
choo.
The reality, and that's just the choo choo. Yeah, choo choo. But that's the reality. We're not gonna come to peace unless we can find a comfort zone for both people.
Folks, this is my friend, and he's not trolling. He's as serious as colon cancer. Okay, number 9, sit tight. If you can hang out a minute or two. Sunday, great to hear from you. And I'm still running your banner, right? Because I want to be clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that. Can I respond to number 9?
Yeah, and you can also land your plane, if you will. Did you address Terrence Howard, or do you not care? He's issuing a warning.
I don't really,
guns.
I don't really have anything to say. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about Terrence Howard. I don't know very much about him, to be honest. So in the last statement that number 9 made, I could not agree more.
Okay.
He's speaking nothing but facts, and it's like only an ignorant person, like somebody who was challenging him earlier, will say, I don't like you, so I'm just going to disagree and put together a phony baloney argument just to, show you how much I don't like you. I think only a fool does that, because so much of what was said previously was just bias and kind of like that retribution thing, like all the terrible things whites have done to me in my life or other people's lives. Okay. This is retribution. Like, you're putting a child, you're basically condemning him by not giving him the opportunity to learn and maybe impact somebody else. The best motivational speakers are lifers, as they call it, and they have to be remorseful, though. So if you're patting him on the back, how can he ever change another child's life who was just like him, who made the wrong decision?
Okay.
He'll never get to that point of being able to impact thousands, because it happens all the time. Like,
Sunday, I hate to cut you short. I have to take other calls.
That's it.
Great to hear from you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Okay. Sunday tapping in. Number 9, I'm going to let you land your plane, sir. As always, I appreciate you tapping in. And you stand on it, man. And that's what I respect about you. Folks may think you're trolling at times, but you talk it, you walk it. Land your plane, please.
Well, what I think is very jarring is that people think I'm some sort of gimmick or I'm trolling, but the people that I learned this from, since I'm a foreigner that doesn't know anything, I learned this from FBA. My talking points come from people like Thomas Sowell, come from Horace Cooper, come from Shelby Steele, come from Walter E. Williams, comes from Booker T. Washington. These are the archetypes in American society, foundational Black Americans. So I find it funny that I'm demonized and vilified, but I learned this from foundational Black Americans. That's funny, isn't it? Yeah. That being said,
you forgot Frederick Douglass. Do you borrow anything?
Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass, who spoke highly of the Haitian Revolution, I might add. That being said, like I said, I like.
He also married a white woman toward the end of his life.
Yeah, my hero. I also say I'll take Feather Sunday over FBA Sunday any day of the week.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay. It's my friend Gene Richmond tapping in. As long as folks are not screaming on top of each other, we can have that conversation. It's all good. Area code 615. Thank you for your patience. Please, let's stay on topic. Terrence Howard has issued a warning to internet trolls. I think he's talking to Big Gene Deal and others. Are you at the speed? Let's start there, please.
Well, that's an unfortunate story. I was going to address the Metcalf thing, but I'm not up to speed on the other, so I guess we'll just do it next time. I'll get you next time.
No, stay with me. Okay, that's fine if you're not at speed. Tyreek Hill, there's video footage. Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins football player, walked out onto the terrace with his baby. His wife has filed for divorce. Do you care, sir?
No, don't even care about that. I tuned in during the Metcalf piece. Okay. I didn't realize you had switched back.
No, it's fine. I will allow you to speak. Where do you want to go with regards to the tragedy of Austin Metcalf? Please.
Just in general, I was going to say the thing you've been speaking to recently is this white mentality of the moral high ground, right? Yeah. Now that's what I believe that young man encountered down in Texas. I ran into a situation the same as he did, where I ended up catching a manslaughter charge. I fought, and stood trial, and I fought my case. I ended up getting self-defense, and I ended up getting everything thrown out and walking away.
Good for you.
But it was what happened to me was a similar situation of a white man interjected himself in a situation, had nothing to do with him, and then tried to, emasculate me and try to force me to stand down. I knocked him out. He hit the ground, and I guess there was damage, and then he was no more. Right. And I had to deal with that. But in his case, right.
You unalived someone, is what you're saying?
Right. I've got the video footage. I was going to email it to you.
No, thank you, sir. I don't want to be an accessory. But
right. I didn't know if I should do that.
No, continue.
But with the situation with, as it applies to Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, they have witnesses. They have alleged video footage. We haven't seen it come out, but just in terms of what you've been saying, some of the points, the narratives you've been saying, and based on my own experience, I believe that's what took place. He's in the South. It's Texas. There's a lot going on down in that area in general. So I wanted to speak on that and say, I think the young man will be okay as long as he just, stands 10 toes down, fights his case in court. Don't let the internet and different people, I know people calling in speaking on it, but his case is going to be in court. We, the viewers, understand his case is going to be in court. I think the young man will be okay. I looked up some local laws there.
Okay.
Knives are not illegal in Texas.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of ground to work with. They may get him on some lesser charges. He'll have to go down for that, but I think he'll be okay self-defense. I just wanted to chime in and say that.
I appreciate everything you've said, and thank you for your patience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Star.
Okay.
Take care, man.
Yes,
Bye.
Okay. We're having some good conversations here. Area code 210. Can you sit tight? I'll be right there. 210. Can you hang on?
Yes, sir.
Stay there. Okay. Hey, Lorna, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you so much for your continued support. Guys, at the top of the live chat is the Streamlabs or PayPal link if you want. Oh, my God. Rory, I'm so sorry. I left you on hold, man. White boy Rory, you still there?
Hold
on.
These black people are racist, man. They're racist, all of them.
Hold on
I'm serious, dog. I'm here sitting here listening. They racist as hell. Not one of them. Even the woman Even a woman
Well,
call in.
hang on,
and she
hang
don't
on.
say, she don't no.
Sunday agreed with number 9.
17.
Rory.
A 17-year-old lost his life. And they want to get talking about if Emmett Till had a pocket knife. And the last guy talking about he killed some white people, so he thinks it'll be all right for this kid because he killed the white person. These black people are the most racist people. They gonna get a wake-up call. I'm telling you. This is like the post-George Floyd thing, and they think shit is still sweet. That's over. That DEI and all of that, you getting away with more than you should get away with, that's over. I can't believe I'm listening to all these black people. They're supposed to be people of God. Calling it, they can give their point of view and say what they think of what happened, but not one of them said, I feel bad that a young person lost their life over something so trivial. Not one of them. They just jumped on it's okay to kill a
Okay, I'm going to jump in because you and I are friends, and I know hang on, listen. You have to listen. Guys, this is another friend of mine, like Gene Richmond. I allow people to speak freely. But now here's the thing, Rory. You know, you call in, and you've admitted that you're hard of hearing. So it's not me just trying to shut you down when I got to push the goddamn button. But now I allow you to use the N-word, right? Are you on the sauce right now?
Yeah, I'm drinking.
Yeah, he drank. I'm letting you talk a little crazy. Someone sent an email, a Jamaican person, saying how disappointed they were in you. They spend donations on the show here. They bigged you up. And for them to hear you speak so negatively about Jamaicans, it broke her heart. And I didn't know that there was such Irish history in Jamaica. Did you know?
Yeah, I did know, but I'm talking about modern day. When I say that, I'm talking about modern day, and I'm talking about modern day Jamaica and their culture and the way they act. So, it wasn't a personal shot at her.
You made it personal against Jamaican people. But the point I'm trying to make here, because I want to take this other call, stay with me. The point I'm trying to make is that, sometimes people gravitate away from the actual topic at hand, and it becomes personal. You do that, man. And I'm saying that as a friend, you do it. And
I do that.
Sometimes it's hard to bring you back in. Sunday called in and concurred.
Well, hold on. Okay, can I rebut?
She concurred with you and number 9, and you're still taking shots at
her. I wasn't talking about Sunday, but can I rebut to that? Just a rebuttal real quick. The topic has been on this white kid getting killed. Right. And it's been like, it's been pretty much, I would say, for the most part, it's been like, yes, he deserved it, and the black kid should get off, right?
Nobody said that.
Any white people.
I wouldn't let anyone say that. Hold on. I would not let someone say that on the show. I asked a question. Do sins of the father visit upon the son? But I wouldn't let someone say that Austin Metcalf deserved to die. Absolutely not. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I would say that a majority of the callers are pro Carmelo and have said some wild stuff. But the difference is you don't have white people in the comments section and in the live chat talking about, I want to find out where that caller was from, and I want to kill him. I want to find out where that caller was from, and I want somebody please dox that caller. Let me know where his black ass is at for saying that about Austin, and I want to find him and kill him. So that's the difference with the mentality.
Okay.
Right. Let's not act like there's not some sort of violent undertone here with black people. It's a fact. There's no, just like this kid threw one stab in the heart and then ran for his goddamn life. That's not defensive. If you use a knife in a defensive way, you're going to be multiple stabbing somebody in their arms, in their legs. They're on top of you.
Okay.
Like everybody.
Stay with me. I have to bring in other callers. I let you respond. Stay with me. This person, where'd they go? Okay, there you are. 210. Thank you for your patience. Rory's on hold. You have the floor. Please, 210.
Boss Hog, I sent the video. I sent the link.
Okay,
it's on your email.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Hang on. I got a video that appears to have nothing to do with the actual event. That
Yeah. No, it's not the actual stabbing, but it's the day before where he's just getting harassed, and then telling him, "Hey, get out of here, man, get out of here," and he's all like, "Man, you ain't got to cut, you ain't got to cuss at him."
Hang on. You sent me video of Carmelo Anthony the day before at the same tent. What do you say?
Yes, it was at a tailgate, and then he's getting harassed by some white people, saying like, "What are you doing?" Because I guess one of them
Carmelo Anthony, sir.
Yes, he was getting harassed.
Okay, well, hold on.
Check the link right now.
Hold on. I didn't have time to look at it. I'll send what you sent me to Deeds, and she will. Hold on a second. She will look at it. Thank you for calling back, man. But I still, at this point,
salute.
Yeah, you're a liar, sir. But thank you. Okay. Give time to call back. Let me go to area code 347. Thank you for your patience. I have to try to bring it back to the main topic unless you want to talk about something else. Are you there? 347. We're talking about Terrence Howard has issued a warning. 347.
First of all, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Please watch the language. Please watch the language.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, Terrence Howard, he's all right. I don't have no problems with him.
Okay.
I mean, you can already see he's a light-skinned man in America, so he does what he does.
Okay.
But usually they have to defend themselves with strong words. But I really wanted to chime in about the young men dying and the young men that's locked up.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, let's somebody died, a young man, and somebody's son. So nobody wants that. That's first and foremost. But at the end of the day, growing up in New York City, if I find myself going to get jumped by the Decepticons or something like that, I'm going to have a poker just to get them up off me. And I teach my son the same thing.
Okay.
And at the same time, I teach my son, yo, you playing around? Well, this is how I play. So keep your hands to yourself because everybody don't play the same way. So that's a few things that as a parent that you tell your children. But at the end of the day, when there's a person of color that lives in America and you're aware about how the laws are not in your favor, you should already know what's gonna happen. Regardless of you in the right, they are gonna look at you that you're wrong. And between the media and between the statistics that they put out there, you're never gonna get the absolute correct statistics about a black person killing another black person. There's plenty of black people that's been killed and the numbers are not counted. And that's just for real. But the fact that this young man is being jailed for defending himself, that's where, we have a stand your ground law. Why are you holding him? It should be clean cut and let him go. And anything beyond that just shows how the laws are against people of color. So, there's so much more that goes along with this. But when it comes to a person of color, the laws just immediately change. And I'm not taking anything away from these two brothers that tried to muscle a black guy because they know and they've been taught by their people that, wouldn't have to care about them. You can do what you want. What did that little black boy say to you? You can beat him up. You're bigger than him. So at the end of the day,
that's speculation. We don't know that for certain. I appreciate everything you've said. You're a father in the North. So there's a huge difference between, having a knife in the South. I just want to clarify that. But okay.
No question. I was just speaking on myself growing up in the North. I'm currently in Georgia, where we have the right to carry arms. But I'm just speaking on myself. But at the end of the day, people don't see it the same way because if they've been whitewashed or growing up white or half white, they have two different worlds that they have to understand. I imagine yourself, you also understand that.
Okay.
But with that said, it's more of what is the law? Was this young man defending himself or would he maliciously had a knife to protect himself?
Okay. So I hate to cut you short. I have to play a video. I thank you for your call, though. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Very good.
Everybody, hold on. Rory, I got to let you land your plane. I got to get back to the show. I need to finish up with Terrence Howard. I'll give you the last word. Try to pull back on profanity and pull back on the N-word, man. You can have give.
I'm not using the N-word. What are you talking about?
I'm saying you give great commentary from time to time when you're not on the Jägermeister and when you're not, using the N-word.
Well, I was only using it towards Terrell Honeybuns because I don't like him. So, I try to refrain from using the N-word. But if I'm talking to a guy like that, I don't care about that. I'll use the N-word with him all day. I don't care about that.
Come on.
Yeah, I just think, listen, I think it's a tragedy. It didn't have to go that far. I myself personally, like I said the other night when we talked about it, I don't see it as a racial thing. I think it could be like, different high schools having a problem. I don't see why it got to be a racial thing. I think this kid Carmelo is going to have to stand trial for what he did. Do I think that it's self-defense? No, I don't think it's self-defense. I mean, the kid don't have a mark on him. He don't have a mark on him. So to use a self-defense plea, you have to, in order to take a life, your life has to be in danger. Not just like I felt threatened that I might get punched in my face so I kill somebody. No, if you go kill somebody, your life has to be in danger. It's got to be a serious situation. And as far as we can see with the mugshot and everything else, this kid didn't get a hand put on him. Escorting somebody out of somewhere does not, equivalent to stabbing somebody in the heart and murdering them. So whatever.
Let me jump in. Stay there.
Other people will have their take on it.
Hang on. Let's you and I talk as we usually do. You were in jail in Florida, and some Puerto Ricans set it on you, if I remember correctly. Yes, was it Florida?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact.
How many Puerto Ricans ran?
I got jumped by 3 Latin Kings.
Latin Kings.
I got into a fight with a Latin King, dude.
That was racial, yes?
The Latin King, dude.
That was racial?
Yeah, it was racial. Yeah, it was racial. Where I live, things were racial.
Now, so did you poke anybody, or did you just, squabble? How'd you come out of that, or did they get the best of you? I forget.
No, I got jumped. I got to a fight with a Latin King dude, and then, a couple of hours later, 3 of them came into my cell and they jumped me.
Okay.
But once you get jumped, then that's it. You get moved to a different area on Rikers Island. It's like involuntary. It's not like.
Well, hang on, Rikers Island or Florida? I thought you said they jumped you in Florida.
No, it was in Rikers Island. No. I got jumped by the Latin Kings in 1997 in Rikers Island. I did a bullet. I did 8 months. I got caught with a gun. I did 8 months on Rikers Island.
But didn't you get into a fight in Florida in jail, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I was in jail in Florida too. I was in Orient Road jail.
You had a fight though in Florida.
I got to a fight with my own cousin in jail in Florida. So,
What I'm trying to get you. I'm not trying to clown you, but you got jumped in Florida. Yes? No? I thought that's what you said.
No, I got jumped in Rikers Island.
Okay.
No.
I was just trying to figure out.
No, me and my cousin got arrested in Florida, and then he ratted. So
that's alleged. Let's not. I don't want to kick dirt on your cousin. But now hold on a second. I was just trying to ask. So you got jumped, and if you would have used a poker to defend yourself, then would you? Should you have gone to jail for more time, or you had to get out of this situation like Carmelo allegedly?
Oh, if they would have kept me in C-76, I would have had to push the steel in somebody. Okay. But I moved to a different housing area, so I didn't have to do that. But yeah, I would have had a stamp. But I mean, I'm not even gonna say this because people on this show crazy. They be taping the show, recording the show. But yeah, I have stabbed the spick before.
Okay, we don't need to go in that direction. Great.
I had a shootout in Brooklyn one time.
Rory, we'll talk tomorrow.
With a black man.
Good to talk to you. We'll talk tomorrow.
All right, sir.
All right. Sir, do you want to call back area code 210? You sent me that video, and everyone in the live chat says that has nothing to do with Carmelo Anthony. That's some YouTuber. Salute to A-Townish. Sends in a donation via PayPal. Number 9 is a mook. And I can hear the sugar in his voice. Thank you for your donation, A-Townish. We're doing good on time. I still might take a break, though, and continue the show here. Area code 423. Good evening. Are you there? I need to stay on topic first, and then we can, go in different directions. Pause. You there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Bless. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. Where do you want to start?
I'd like to start with Terrence Howard. Man, he's definitely off the loony bin.
Okay.
He's been wilding for a while. I want to say
I like him. I
his
met
wife
him.
divorced him.
Good guy. I mean, but he's now talking about fighting and shooting. And do you think was he on one, or was he off that liquor? He was in the backyard somewhere. You saw the video?
I think bro lost his mind. To be honest.
Okay. Okay.
He might be on some narcotics. I don't know, but I think he's got something going on, man. Schizophrenic, maybe. Some real mental illness issues.
But he said what he said. Do you think he's trying to divert from the accusations with regards to Diddy? Feds ran down. Is he trying to clear any smut on his name? What do you think?
It don't, but based on what I've seen, because I did see both the clip and the longer form interview, it don't seem like he's really trying to kick up dirt on Diddy. It more so seems like he's taking shots at other people that have been named, as affiliates of Diddy or folks that were frequently, at the parties. I mean, now that you mentioned, I got to wonder if maybe he has a new, series that's going to come out soon. Maybe he's going to be in a new movie soon, and he's just doing rollout for publicity.
Could be. Yeah. All right. Do you care about Tyreek Hill, sir? Tyreek Hill involved in a domestic.
Oh yeah, you were wondering if he. You were wondering if it was a narcotic in the picture.
Well, I was hoping, sir. I was hoping there's some type of fentanyl involved. I don't like his vibe, and rarely do I say that, but that whole thing acting really just bitchify with the police. Didn't want to roll the window down. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. It's game.
Yeah, he was on one for sure.
Yeah.
But there might be a narcotic in the picture. I think he also just has CTE though. We've seen this with Antonio Brown, but he seems to be on a different type of time in a worse way.
Okay. All right.
There is one more thing. If I could talk about the Austin Metcalf situation, if you don't mind.
Austin Metcalf.
Yeah, Austin Metcalf was the white dude in the Carmelo Anthony situation.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people been calling in about it, but something I noticed no one's really put into context. That was actually a state track meet that they were at for championships. So that, while it didn't technically happen at a school, it was a school-sanctioned event. And, the way that worked, if you get into a fight at a school-sanctioned event, we're not even talking about like there was, any injury that occurred that was life-threatening or any death. That's zero tolerance. You can be suspended.
Okay.
Depending on how bad the fight was, you could be expelled. And so while I'm not, on the coon train like number 9, I do think there's another layer that people maybe are not seeing. I think maybe it was either you or number 9 that had mentioned the Gats guy up in New York. I want to say with that case, he did beat the charges, but
well, hang on, sir. I want to stay in Texas because New York laws are very strict with regards to guns, knives. We can't compare the two. But now, I did play audio yesterday that I got from the amazing Lucas. I want to make sure people go to his platform. And the guy who was in that audio did speak about that event and gave more context. Did you hear that? Not that you had to. I'm just asking.
I did not catch that one.
Okay. If you get time, and I would appreciate it, go check out yesterday's show and listen to that audio. It may, give you more insight, if you will. But I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, I have to make sure I'm promoting one of my sponsors. Can you guys sit tight a second? And someone else sent me a donation, and I forgot to respond. Hold on. You see, I try to respond to a lot of people who send me emails. As long as you spell my name right and you use a capital letter. If you can't spell my name, and I'll be very honest with you, and you're somewhat illiterate, I'm not responding. I spent too many years learning the King's English and other things. I am not going to stoop down to the level of a savage just because you want some fucking information. Hey, guys, on the screen, Instagram.com/unseen future. That's one of my sponsors. Let me go to my community section. And I think that's Houston. Houston, hang on, man. Sit tight. Sit tight. Oh, salute to Bless One. I haven't spoke to Bless One in a while. And guys, if you yourself want to be a sponsor on the show here, whether it be in the showrunner, the community section, or the banners that we play at the beginning and the end of the show, just send an email. And as always, if you purchase 2 of the books in the community section, you can get half off on a promo package, okay? All right. Houston, good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? What's shaking? Late night.
Man, my nigga sitting over here sipping dime beverage that I dipped my finger in and turned water into wine.
As
you know what I'm talking about?
As you should. Hey, listen, you and I gotta address Slim Thug supposedly, allegedly being robbed. I saw the video. He's up in the penthouse, and what's going on, man? Is he trying to scam and run some type of insurance scam? I mean, I fuck with Thug heavy, Slim Thug, but he didn't show the goddamn penthouse all destroyed, right? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what he's doing. He's been off his rocker for at least a couple of years because he forgot the white folks writing his checks, dog. Like, he done really lost it. Like, nigga, how you afford everything? Niggas is not writing your checks, dog.
Well, hang on a second, Houston. And guys, if you don't know, Slim Thug, businessman, rapper, he put up a video where he just showed it looked like a table where something was knocked over, talking about, oh, they got me for money and jewelry. I didn't see no police report. I didn't see nothing. Troll babies, is Slim Thug capping? Is he trying to run some type of insurance scam? Or you saw the video? Houston, I'm talking about the video.
Yeah, man, that nigga capping, dog. Okay. Ain't nobody getting that close to him because he done pissed off a whole lot of people. But that nigga capping, but ain't nobody came in there. It was probably one of his side hoes or something that did something. Ain't nobody ran up in this shit, dog. Nobody give a damn about him like that. I'm just telling you, that nigga capping, dog. Oh, some straight, just G shit. That nigga, I don't know what he doing, dog. That nigga been lost since he talking about no reparations. I'm like, nigga, white folks are writing your check. Dog, that boy been off. But I want to stay on topic, like you said.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, as far as Terrence Howard, I think he's telling the truth because when he said the interview, that was funny. When old boy told him, look, man, he's trying to knock you down, dog. It didn't click to him because, you go over there, probably be at Diddy house, ain't no telling what you drinking or what you doing. And it probably just clicked to him. Damn, that's what's really going on. You know what I mean? So, you never know with that. And then as far as the Tyreek Hill dude.
Well, hold on a second before we go to Tyreek Hill. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about him.
Okay.
When Terrence Howard spoke about the Diddy interaction, he said the first time he went to Diddy's place What did he say, guys? Something with the acting lessons, and Diddy was just sitting there with the locked jaw, allegedly, his jaw was locked off the powder, and all he did was just stare at Terrence Howard, and then he went back again. Guys, what did he say what was the second time about, Houston? I forget.
No, and then my bad.
Okay, come on.
No, I'm saying, like, you ain't noticed from the first time, nigga?
Right.
That nigga was grooming him.
Right.
He was looking dead at him because the way he was describing it. Yeah. And it's crazy that his homeboy had to tell him, man, he's trying to knock you down, dog. You heard him say that?
His assistant told him that. He said he's trying to fuck you. So why'd you have to go back twice? Go ahead and land your plane, man. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm like, man, it ain't about no music, because there's been plenty of niggas go around did it and ain't did no music. I still don't understand why Dame was going around the nigga and didn't somebody he was talking about didn't do no music. Like, what? Like, you going around a nigga like that, they are looking at you.
Yeah.
And then as far as Tyreek Hill, I think that nigga throwed off. That nigga been had Z-snap mentality, and then he tripping out and going on the balcony with a baby. Man, he could have jumped off there with him and that baby. You never know what that nigga gonna do. He done lost custody and money just by doing that. You know,
Listen, good to talk to you, man. I gotta shift gears for you.
All right, man. Thank you for having me on the show as always. Salute.
Wait a minute. Dana sent me a video here. A Polk County assistant principal forced student to massage her feet. Called him sexy chocolate. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a minute. Listen. Oh my God. Number 9, you up to speed on this? I'm sure he's asleep now. What the hell is going on here? Let me get this on the screen. I'm going to finish up late night with the bullshit. That's for certain. Here we go. The hell is this? Dana just sent me this. Dana with the data.
Disturbing allegations have led to the arrest of an assistant principal at a Polk County middle school. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers reports from Lake Marion Creek Middle School in Point Siena.
The sheriff describes the assistant principal's behavior as evil and wrong. Now he's detailing the encounter that landed the administrator in jail.
The bottom line is, she did something that was evil and something that was wrong.
Deputies say this is 53-year-old Dr. Kiva Lark, the Lake Marion Creek Middle School assistant principal, who deputies say had an inappropriate encounter with a 13-year-old student.
He was throwing paper in a classroom, misbehaving, so they sent him to the office.
Sheriff Grady Judd says Lark told the boy to rub her feet because she claimed he didn't have anything better to do with his hands.
She took her shoes off and put her feet in his lap and told this 13-year-old child to massage her feet.
Investigators say witnesses overheard Lark telling the boy to not only rub her feet like he loved her, but that she was doing this so he would know what foreplay is for when he gets a girlfriend.
My
God.
How bizarre can you get? She is 53 years old.
Oh my God.
And she's asking a 13-year-old child, young enough to be her grandson, to massage her feet while she makes sexually suggestive comments. That's way over the line.
The school district is in the process of firing Lark and sent a statement to 8 on Your Side saying in part, this is abhorrent behavior for anyone who works among students, especially an administrator. They went on to say this person no longer has any business being around children. Tonight, parents are in shock.
I'm appalled. As a parent of 3 daughters, I'm very overprotective.
Now, where did this happen? Polk County. Is that Pennsylvania? Hold on. Wait a minute. Polk County. Why does that sound familiar? Florida. Oh, my goodness. Is this some type of Caribbean woman? Here's the story. Hold on a second. Central portion of the Florida. Okay. Population 725,000. Cities, Lakeland, Winter Haven, oh my goodness. Let me finish playing this video. Thank you, Dana.
I'm a youth leader at my church, and I would be highly upset and standing outside of that school protesting if it were one of my kids.
Lark faces several charges tonight, including lewd and lascivious conduct. In Polk County, Nicole Rogers, 8 on your side.
We should have played that earlier. Thank you, Dana. Let me respond to Dana. Good God Almighty. Anybody want to call in about that mammy before I shut it down? Sheesh. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. What is this? I dated dark-skinned women because I can't. Okay, I'm not sure where you're going with that, sir. Someone is asking me, do I think that Tyreek Hill would have been better off if he dated or married, pardon me, a dark-skinned woman? Well, you can't choose who you love, you know? Or so they say. Let me look in the live chat. Gangster Love, are you in the live chat or did he call it a night? Wow, okay, Gangster Love is talking crazy in the live chat, so maybe I shouldn't ask him. Do you think that, I don't know any data or any stats, do you think that it's better if you marry people closer to your own shade and or ethnicity? Why is this guy calling back? Hey, man, why don't you sleep? You got to work in the morning, yes?
Yeah, but I wanted to comment on the that black mammy principal out of Polk.
That was crazy.
Out of Polk County.
That was crazy.
The sad part is she's FBA. She's FBA, no doubt about it.
Oh, my God.
No doubt about that. What I would have done if I were her, I would, she should have went. She should have went all the way. While he was massaging the seat, I would have said to him, "Oh, hey, black daddy, little black daddy, won't you put
easy? That's a minor number 9. We're not going in that direction.
Okay,
easy.
Okay,
easy.
She should have went all the way. I thought because when you're doing something like that,
did you have your late night cocktail? You do have a cocktail before you go to bed.
Yeah, of course. I need a cocktail so I can go deep in these conversations. I want to go deep in these conversations in my cocktail.
No, sir, that's a minor. We'll talk tomorrow, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, can I know why an FBA woman would send this at this hour? Would send you a clip like this at this hour?
No, Dana sent me that an hour ago. I just I didn't get a chance to watch it, but Dana sends Dana sends me a lot of information that I use, and I appreciate her.
The queen,
yeah,
the FBA queen, sending stuff.
Okay, all right, listen, man, get some rest. You got to go to work in the morning. We'll talk later. Okay, thank you, number 9, Gene Richmond. Okay, he's had his late night cocktail, and sometimes he calls back, and he goes a little too far left. Area code 973. You there? Good morning. Good morning.
Hey,
973.
what's up? Hey, good morning, Star. How's it going?
It's going, sir. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. If that is not one of the most sickest things I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At 13 years old, and here's the thing about it. I do know some teachers, and this is what's so crazy. It happens more times than not, and it doesn't usually make the news.
I would agree with you, and I have no data, no stats. I think that female teachers, women, grown women, if you will, that they somehow can become attracted to young males. I don't know whether it's a nurturing thing combined with a sexual thing, but it seems, correct me if I'm wrong, that the numbers are more in favor of female teachers doing that to young males. Does that sound logical?
It sounds very logical. I mean, well, in this particular case, she's kind of older, but a lot of times you have teachers fresh out of college and they're dealing with a 17-year-old, and that's like a 4 or 5 year age gap.
I think they get them even younger, sir. I think, and I don't mean to gross people out, I think they are in seek of young semen.
Star, go ahead. I ain't messing with you on that one, man.
Well, no. Hang on, because no, hear me out. Because once a young male starts drinking and smoking, his semen, from what they say, it becomes polluted. So thus the reason why the teachers try to catch them early.
I mean, you could be on to something. Remember the case from years ago where the teacher had the 13-year-old student? She did jail time, and then they later on got married and had kids.
Yeah.
And they say she passed away.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I could have sworn I read somewhere that she died.
Oh, wow. I don't have
and
to.
Now this guy is left with the kids.
Wasn't he some type of from South America somewhere? I think I know you're talking about. She had like 2 kids by him, didn't she? I forget her name.
Exactly. She did the jail time, got out, and then got married.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, to say the least.
Well, yeah.
Well, look, Star, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I just wanted to chime in on that topic.
I appreciate the call, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Salute.
Okay. If people are calling, I'll continue taking calls. Hey, Kat, good to hear from you. Late night. What's shaking, girl? What's going on with you? Give her a second.
Hello?
Hey, Kat.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me get you off of my thing. Okay.
All right. That's
Hi.
What's going on, Kat?
Hey, Star.
Hey.
Yeah, Mary Kay Letourneau. She died.
Oh, yeah. How many kids did she have by that, her former student? Or was he just some random young guy? Mary Kay Letourneau.
They got married, and then I think she had a couple, like 2 kids. I'm not sure, maybe a little bit more.
I'm going to Google. Go ahead and talk. Good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I like number 9, but I like number 9 a lot, but I think he feels inferior because he's a tether or something, because he always like going in like on FBA people.
Well, I let FBA people go in on other groups, so what's fair is fair, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's unfair for us to make a judgment on little Carmelo Anthony and why he stabbed that white boy, and I really don't give a F why he stabbed him. If he stepped to him and he did something wrong, then he got stabbed and he died. Oh well, like it happens to black folks more.
Damn. Now, why'd you say little Carmelo? You're in your early 50s.
I said little because he's named similar to the big Carmelo.
Well, there's no relation to Carmelo Anthony.
No, I know, but maybe he's named after him or something. I don't know.
Possibly.
Some people.
Possibly. Do you see him as a young, tender male? You said little, and he's not junior. Why'd you say that? You're in your early 50s, yes?
Yes. Because he's a young man, so he's little to me. He's not old. I don't like young seamen like you were just talking. He's a young man. He's a boy. He's not to me in my eyes,
Well, you're a knowledgeable woman, Kat, right? I don't know what you do for work per se. I've guessed, and you.
You always want to know what I do for work. I just dropped my hose off.
Well, you and I discussed that before, but you've never confirmed, and I don't pry. But now, with regards to the whole young seaman theory, there's people in Papua New Guinea. I can't Google this right now. So there's a tribe. You ever heard of Papua New Guinea? You know where that's at?
Yes, I've heard of Papua New Guinea, but I don't know about the tribe you're discussing.
There's a tribe of males who drink the semen of young boys. Now I'm going to have to edit all this out.
Okay,
because,
so now I want to throw up.
Well, because that young semen has protein. I'll Google while you're talking. Go ahead, Kat.
Oh, I'm not talking. You're talking about a man drinking another man's semen. I'm repulsed, but I mean, if it does something for them, I don't want to drink a man's semen, much less a man drinking a man. Yeah, I don't want to drink a man. I don't want to drink anybody's bodily fluid.
Simbari people, Simbari, the Simbari people. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Also known as the Simbari Anga, Anga. Tribe. Okay, here you go. They have this homosexual semen ingestion practice, and it says boys. Sheesh. Yeah,
it's definitely homosexual.
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Papua New Gay.
Okay. What else is cracking with you?
No,
Kat?
No, I'm just saying, like, between Papua New Guinea.
Folks, I don't know where this show is going. All of this shit will be edited out, I assure you. Come on. Come on.
Between Gay Stanford, what's his name? Your friend number 9. I'm sorry, because I'm headed home. So
Kat, nice to hear from you. Travel safe. It's been a while since you sent in a donation. I'm looking at my police system. You haven't dropped a cash app in a while. Okay, let's make that happen, darling. All right.
Now I gotta send in a donation in order to say something.
Well, it's been a while, Kat. My time is money, but I appreciate you. Travel safe.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kat. Yeah. Calling up in here, and I like Kat, but she jumps around a lot. Stone got your donation. Pick up 602. Who is Stone? Stone, how are you, man? Thank you for your patience and your support. Where do you want to start? Stone.
Yeah. What's up, Star? How you doing, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm chilling. I was listening tonight. Well, I say on the Carmelo topic, for me at least.
Okay.
I think he's all right. I think I don't know what's this like.
Sir, you're on some type of speakerphone. I appreciate your donation, but can you make some adjustments so we can hear you?
Yeah, sound better?
Yeah, a little bit. There you go. You were saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what's the politicization of this. For me, at least I see it as it was a scuffle. People got into a altercation.
Okay.
Somebody got and when you fight, my biggest thing I'm hearing, I keep hearing the notion that you're supposed to have a one-on-one fight. It's supposed to a real man fights with their fisticuffs. Y'all realize niggas die in fights, right? And especially out in the real life, especially out in rural areas such as Texas.
Okay.
There's rules and regulations. Niggas talking about they're going to get their justice or due process. I don't think that shit happens like that. History has shown it doesn't happen like that. So I don't understand what's this big issue or this big I really just don't see the issue.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate your support. It is an issue. Someone has died. Tragedy.
Yeah.
Tragedy on both sides. The alleged stabber and the now deceased young man, Austin Metcalf. So it's tragic, man. I'm not saying anything to justify what the young man is accused of, but we do have the right to explore different theories, and law enforcement needs to come with some goddamn video footage or something. I don't like that whole thing where they release it when they feel the time is right within the best interest of the public. A lot of times that's bullshit. But go ahead and finish up.
Yeah. That's basically the crux of it. And I agree. I do think that it is an important issue. I think in terms of them having this young man on this as a poster child for or talking about he has this devilish or emotionless look in his eyes. Come on, he's 16. Y'all got to chill and relax. Both of their lives or change for the rest of their lives.
Was he 16 or 17? Because some of the reports said he was 16, others said he was 17. You talking about Austin Metcalf?
I'm talking about Austin and Carmelo. Either way, they're both underage.
Well,
they're both minors.
Well,
would they not be considered minors? 17?
I don't know about Texas law. Do you know, sir? They may be men by that particular point in time. I don't know. But go finish up.
But no, that's basically all I had. Yeah, that's it.
I appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You.
Hang on a second, folks. We got a bum nigga who sent $1 via Cash App. Everybody hold on. Let me refund the bum nigga his $1. Don't ever come in here with $1. We don't need dollars from bum niggas. Okay, I'm going to refund this bum nigga's $1. Yeah, get your broke ass up out of here. Now you take that and get with your little nigga pennies. Fuck I look like. Who is that says Star, show your badge? Show me a $50 Cash App right now, and I'll go in the next room and get my badge. And I'm not talking about no little security shit. I'm talking about the real shit. Send that $50 donation right now. I'll pause this goddamn show and go get the badge. I don't think you're calling my bluff. Area code 313. Please watch the language. 313. Are you there?
Hey, what's up, Star?
Yes, sir. How
you
are
doing, man?
What's cracking, sir? I'm
all right. I was just calling that Carmelo Anthony thing. I'm thinking like, you know, if you carry, everybody's like, why did he carry a knife? I mean, why not? I mean, I don't think he had any ill intentions on carrying a knife unless he had previous beef with the brothers or something and he was just preparing himself. I mean, you know, but if you step to somebody, that's what's going to happen. I mean, you know, you can't jump anybody and don't expect any consequences, you know? And that's
the jumping is alleged, but I did get some exclusive audio yesterday from the amazing Lucas. That audio is in my show from yesterday. I mean, that's just somebody claiming. I don't know for certain if they tried to jump Carmelo Anthony, but I mean, it sounds logical to me that that's why he, you know, pulled out the shank. You know, go ahead.
Right. And you know, Texas, man, I've been to Texas plenty of times, and you know, them pink folks out there, man, they something else. They something else. You know, I'm from Michigan.
Okay.
They more hospitable up here than they are down there. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised how it is in Detroit, man. I mean, well, not just in Detroit, but you know, in the upper peninsula of Michigan, all around. Mm-hmm. You know, the Northerners up here are way more polite than the Southerners. I still can't believe it. And it still goes on like that. But that's just all I wanted to say, man.
Now, hang on a second. Stay with me. You grew up in what era? 70s, 80s? How old are you, sir?
I was born in 73, man. I'm 51.
Okay, he's an old nigga. Well, listen, I grew up. I grew up around mostly white boys, and I knew one in particular. I'm not going to say his name. His father was a doctor, right? And this white boy from 3rd grade up until 7th grade, he used to carry lighter fluid in his back pocket.
Is that the guy you was talking?
Hang on, don't say nobody's name, sir. Don't start that snitching shit. He used to carry lighter fluid, and we'd be walking home sometime from school, or we, you know, catch the bus, whatever, riding around on our little Can-Am dirt bikes, and he had a thing for, you know, spraying lighter fluid, and they would match to watch shit burn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a knife, a pocket knife, in comparison to me, that's light. It's light. This white boy used to. I saw him set somebody's cat on fire. The goddamn.
Yeah, I remember you telling that story before, man. I was like, wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not funny, sir, but have you ever seen a cat drenched in lighter fluid? And then a white boy.
Yeah.
A white boy sets it on fire.
Carcass of a burnt up cat. I haven't seen an actual cat on fire, but I saw the carcass of a burnt up cat before. That's some crazy looking stuff. That's some crazy looking stuff.
Goddamn cat running through the woods on fire.
Oh man. Oh man. Late night. I looked at
that white boy and said, I gotta get the fuck away from you. But listen, sir, I appreciate the call, man. Go ahead, land your plane. Go ahead.
All right, thanks, man. Salute, Star.
Yes, sir. Salute. Thank you. Somebody said that's not funny. You're goddamn right it's not funny. I stopped fucking with that white boy after that. I said, damn.